things without being judged. Like, how can I release that feeling or reduce that feeling of being judged?
Okay.
But really, the only way to reduce that feeling of being judged is to stop judging. One of the only ways to reduce or to, remove the stigma around mental health is to stop putting a stigma on mental people who are dealing with mental health, or stories you hear about people dealing with mental health, and then having the courage to talk about it. And when people have the courage to talk about it with you, allowing that to be okay.
That's right.
How can we talk about mental health without it feeling like a stigma? It's kind of like when I, ask myself, it's kind of like without putting a stigma on somebody else. So if I ask somebody, how are you? And they tell me, honestly, it's up to me to not put a stigma on them for that, to not be like, oh crap, I didn't really want to know. Like, it's up to me to be like, I asked you because I want to know, how are you? And then whatever they're dealing with, I opened the door. I said, how are you? And they can literally, it is carte blanche, even though nobody uses it, to say how you are. Right. And then it's kind of like when people are like, we just talked about it earlier, like judging people. Like, the only way to stop fear of judgment really is to stop judging other people.
But how sad, like, to be in a place where you don't have any more questions. Like, where you feel like you have nothing else to learn. Like, oh my God,
Right.
that's probably my biggest fear. Like, how boring would that be?
Seriously. Yeah.
And I keep coming back to that. I can't help but strive to be of service to others. It's just like in my bones what I'm meant to do, to be of service, to make sure people have what they need. Number two, I think we talked about it earlier, Rach, is like commitment to economic freedom for not just women, but not just women, but like people who feel that they don't, not just economic freedom, but for my commitment is really that people have what they want, what they need in order to thrive. So either that's health or finance or homes or, food, mental wellness, resources like meditation, whatever that is, that people have what they need to thrive. And that's my commitment. That's my why, along with being of service to others. Because I know that if I'm doing something, but I'm not being of service, I'll always do that. I won't get paid. I'll just keep volunteering, keep, doing that, because it's kind of what I want to do. And then
what's helpful about hearing both of you speak to that is that, one, Rachel, I love it how you said, like, is it bad that it evolves? And I'm like, well, no, because I'm thinking, like, yeah, you said earlier, Megan, that if you stop learning and evolving, that's the scariest thing in the world to you. But then, Nisha, you were like, there's pieces. Like, there's pieces and parts. There's multiple whys. And that got me thinking, too, of, like, who says it has to be this, like, single stake in the ground? And this is what I stand for that never moves.
That's right. It could be multiple whys. I like that.
It's multiple whys, and I feel like there's room, as long as they continue to be authentic to you, then it grows with you as you grow.
That's right. Yeah. We're multi-dimensional beings.
Yeah.